Hello again everyone, and thank you for joining me. I am Dark Gorilla. This match was right after I had unlocked the Tier 5 USS Oklahoma. I had gone down the USS battleship line and had been used to playing them, and figured this ship would not play any differently. Oh, how wrong I was. Unlike most battleships where you nose in and angle your armor a bit to bounce shells, this is an error in the Oklahoma. In this ship you must avoid nosing in and instead give them much of your broadside with only slight angling, as your bow armor is only 19mm or 0.7 inches thick and provides no protection to your citadel behind it. The same applies to your rear armor. The best way to use this ship is to provide the enemy with your broadside as much as possible with only slight angling, as this exposes 25mm or 1 inch of torpedo protection, which has behind it 273mm to 343mm or 10 to 13.5 inches of casemate armor. This gives a grand total of 298 to 358mm or 11 to 14.5 inches of armor protecting the citadel from the side. Against most ships, this will keep you from taking too much damage, but will not negate all of it. Ideally, you also want to spec secondary, as your 18 secondaries, 9 per side, without any boosts already have a 4 to 6.3 second reload and are fairly accurate. With this setup, you might want to consider closing the distance, but do be aware that doing so means enemy shell velocity increases, and therefore their shell's penetration and concurrently damage. This ship's 14-inch guns have worse dispersion than all ships at Tier 5, so long-range sniping is not really an option that will net you the most results. The dispersion is 231 meters, your reload time is 40 seconds, with a turret turn time of a whole minute. On top of that, your deck armor is at most 146mm or about 6 inches, so plunging fire and sky cancer will hurt. This ship is also the slowest at only 19.5 knots with a rudder shift time of 11.5 seconds. Using her effectively requires a lot of thinking ahead and planning. Historically, the USS Oklahoma BB-37 was a Nevada-class battleship laid down in October 1912 and commissioned in 1916. She served in World War I as an escort ship for convoys across the Atlantic. In 1936, she rescued American citizens and refugees from the Spanish Civil War. On August 1936, she was transferred to the Pacific Coast, where on December 7, 1941, she was struck by torpedoes and capsized. She lost 429 of her 1,398 crew. She was not recovered until 1943, when she was righted and salvaged. Unfortunately for her, she would never get to exact her revenge, as she was deemed too heavily damaged to return to service, and her superstructure, armament, and anything else still useful were salvaged. In September of 1944, she was decommissioned, and her hull was sold for scrap in 1946. While being towed from Oahu to San Francisco, she sank in a storm in 1947. Her current final resting place remains unknown. Now, without further interrupting from me, enjoy the rest of the video.
Spotter airborne.
Destroyed an enemy cruiser.
Our team has taken the lead. Taking the lead.
Enemy cruiser foundered.
Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. And as always, take care, and I'll see you around.